Pumping it up against Rain Wing. And it's tipped, and Glacier Bears control. And Avery Williamson down on the block. Going to kick it out. Shot on the way by Cook. And rebound comes down to the Glacier Bears. Another miss. And it's rebounded by Petersburg. Taylor Heppy with the rebound, and she'll clear it out. Now up top, Megan Parker now swings it left side. They get it down in the corner. Over to McKay. McKay bombs away for three as Nina McKay lights it up to start things off for the Lady Vikings. Pressure in the backcourt now by Petersburg. As Haines trying to bring it up, has it taken away. As now they kick it over to Parker. Another long shot on the way, and that one drops in by Taylor Heppy, a two-pointer from about 18. And Petersburg out to a quick 5-0 lead. Now another steal. Pushes it up. Tried to dump it out, and it's going to be tipped. No, saved. Over on the sideline by Petersburg. That's McKay with it. Now kicks it back up top over to Parker. Parker now to McKay. McKay out on the right wing. Looks down on the block, gets it down to Inez Larson. Larson goes left hand up and in for two. Petersburg just on fire, 7-0 here in a minute and a half of play. Now to the Glacier Bears, and the Glacier Bears turn it over. Pass intended for Rain Wing, and that one goes out of bounds. Three quick turnovers. And Coach Brittenham wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. He wants to talk things over with the ladies. Not the way the Glacier Bears wanted to start things off, but Petersburg coming out hot. Three shots already. One long ball from the corner, courtesy of Nina McKay. So it'll be Vikings ball on the side coming out of the timeout, 7-0 here in the first quarter. As McKay kicks it in now to Megan Parker. Parker now goes right side over to Inez Larson. Now back up top over to McKay. Now they swing it left. McKay gets it right back at the free throw line. Kicks it out now to Larson. Larson bombs away for three. And Larson with 5 points already. And a 10-0 lead for the Lady Vikings. Now coming the other way, it's Wing, top of the key. Kicks it in to Williamson. Williamson dumps it back out. Now a shot from the elbow, count it, by number 5, Haley Boron. Is going to put Haines in the book with her first field goal. Now to McKay, left wing for the Lady Vikings. Kicks it up top to Larson. Larson now will set it up. Back to McKay. One dribble, dumps it down on the block. Pass intended for Kahn, and it's turned over as that one hit her down low. She couldn't hang on. As Boren now brings it up, right side, ball down on the ground, and a jump ball going to be called. It'll go to Petersburg. So another Glacier Bears turnover. We'll give it to the Lady Vikings with an 8-point lead. As Megan Whittermore checks in. Rain Wing will go to the bench for the Lady Bears. Out now to McKay, left side. One bounce pass up top to Larson. Now she'll swing it left side over to Parker. Parker drives in, had the scoop underneath, but kicks it out, and a big three-pointer for Nina McKay, her second of the game, and Petersburg just rocking the house here to start things off. 13-2, 5 minutes to go in the first. And a foul going to be whistled down low as the pass intended for Becca Wheeler down on the block. Double teamed. And the foul going to go against number 35, Taylor Heppy. That'll be her first, team's first. Inbounded now. What a heads-up play by Marissa Haddock. Just threw it off the defender. She had her back to her. Put it right on her back and then took the bounce right off her back and put it up from 6. 13-4. Petersburg on top. McKay, left side, now kicks it back up top to Parker. Parker, right side. Glacier Bears in a 2-3 zone. Shot on the way by Petersburg. No good. Rebound ripped out by Becca Wheeler for the Lady Bears. Left side now over to Boren. Boren kicks it out now over to Williamson. Williamson, one dribble, loses it, kicks it back out now to Boren. Long shot on the way, batted around, and finally coming out of there with it is Petersburg. Quickly the other way now is Larson. Larson coast to coast, left-handed shot up and in, counted for 2. As Larson now with 7 here in the first quarter. Jobbins, or excuse me, that was Boren, kicks it down on the block. Now they kick it back out. That's over to Williamson. Williamson, one dribble. Gets it back at the high post. Now dumps it left side over to Whittemore. Now over to Haddock. Haddock out on the wing, looking for a screen, uses it. Now just throws it away. Bad pass and a jump ball. Haines will keep it. As Taylor Heppy got the steal on the bad pass, but then Haines tied it right back up, and it'll be Haines' ball on the possession arrow. So 3:46 to go here in the first. 11-point lead for Petersburg. As the Glacier Bears inbound it to Williamson. Double team down low, and a foul going to be whistled. And that will be Haines' ball out. Holly Davis going to be whistled for her first. Second team foul. They get it into Boren. Boren loses the handle, and Petersburg comes out of there with it. And quickly off to the races is, I think Simbahov was that who had it, and then she lost it. And now Boren coming the other way, spins in the paint, shot up and in, count it. And that was not Boren, excuse me, that was Avery Williamson. Nice take by Avery, up and in for 2. And she'll go to the line. The hoop and the harm. 34, Nina McKay picks up her first as Williamson misses the free throw. Rebounded underneath by Wheeler, and then she can't hang on to it. Petersburg comes out of the pile with it. Coming the other way, top of the key. They kick it left side. Larson gives it over to Simbahov, now back up top. Over to McKay, they swing it out. 15-footer on the way, in and out for Davis. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. 31, Adriana Stowe in there, battling for the rebound, but tipped out of bounds off her hands and out to the Glacier Bears. Stowe takes the inbounds pass, dribbles outside the three-point line, now dumps it over to Simbahov. Kaili dumps it left side now over to McKay. McKay, long cross-court pass over to Larson. 17-footer on the way by Inez Larson, and she's got 9 already. She's just on fire here in the first quarter. Williamson now at the high post, nearly has her pocket picked as Haddock tracks that one down. They try and feed it down low, and a kick ball. The pass intended underneath for Becca Wheeler. And Glacier Bears will get it back on the whistle. Inbounded now to Boren. Boren nearly loses it. Now gets it, kicks it down on the block. Double teamed and a turnover as Simbahov comes out of there with it. She'll slow it down as she pushes. Up top, Larson on fire. Now dumps it right side over to McKay. Back to Larson. Larson thought about the three. Now over to Simbahov on the left side. Back up top to Larson. 2:14 to go here in the first. 17-6 Petersburg. Now they kick it down. Davis on the block. Turn, shoots, shot up, no good. Davis gets the offensive board and puts it back up and in for 2. Haines goes left side over to Boren. Boren up top now to Williamson. Williamson goes right over to Whittemore. Whittemore at the high post, kicks it out. Boren travels. Little stutter step there right in front of the officials. 7th turnover now on the Glacier Bears. As Megan Parker checks back in. And Nina McKay will take a seat for Petersburg. 1:40 to go here in the first. As Simbahov goes left side over to Parker. Parker now up top. Over to Larson. Larson in on the cut to Davis. Davis cut off nicely. Now Simbahov with it outside. Dribbles back up top. Larson, top of the key. Haines now in a man-to-man. Deep shot on the way for Larson, and she drops it in. She's got 12 in the quarter. Haines has got to get somebody right in her hip pocket, shut her down. Whittemore, deep three on the way rattles in and out of the cage, no good. Rebound comes down to Holly Davis as she'll clear out and out of Megan Parker. Parker left side now over to Simbahov, down in the corner to Larson. Now out to Davis. Davis tries to get Larson on the cut, it's tipped back out. Davis comes up with it, now gets it to Parker up top. Left side to Simbahov. Now to Larson. Larson now kicks it in to Stowe on the cut, and Stowe's going to be fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2. Foul on Marissa Haddock, her first. First team foul for the Haines Lady Glacier Bears. And the first free throws for Petersburg. That one in and out, no good. Stowe will get one more as Kennedy Kahn checks back in for Petersburg. Larson's coming out. Coach Dino Brock got to love her effort here. 12 points in the first quarter. Stowe's second shot on the way. Got it. Took a Petersburg roll over the front of the rim. Count it. 23-6. Now Boren with it. Gets it over to Williamson. Back up top. Davis now for 3. Count it. Ariana Davis. Drops a big shot in. She's got the last 5 for Haines. Now coming the other way. Shot on the way by Stowe. No good. Rebound comes down to the Glacier Bears. And Haddock drives in the paint, and she'll be fouled. Nice take there by Marissa Haddock. Drew the foul, and she'll go to the line for 2. Foul going to be whistled on Kaili Simbahov. Her first, and Haddock will go to the line for the pair. Got the first one. Glacier Bears now 1 for 2 on the afternoon. 15.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. As Haddock eyes it up, second shot on the way, count it. So Petersburg going to play for one more shot. Parker brings it down, goes right side over to Stowe. Stowe up top to Simbahov. She'll pull it out. 5 seconds to go. Now over to Parker. Parker kicks it back. Simbahov's got to get it off in time. Buzzer goes, hits the rim, and that will end the quarter. But not before the Lady Vikings able to put up 23 in our first 8 minutes. Stay tuned. More Region 5 2A tournament action coming your way in 60 seconds. Welcome back as we got another 8 minutes on the clock. Petersburg with a healthy lead here in the first quarter, 23-11. As we get ready to go, it'll be Petersburg ball coming out of the break as Megan Parker going to inbound for Petersburg. Larson still on the bench. She came out hot in the first quarter, 12 points, 2 3-pointers. Simbahov now goes left side over to Parker. Parker up to Stowe. Stowe now drives in, pulls it back out, kicks it left side over to Kahn. Kahn nearly loses it, double dribbles, and gives it away. That'll be Glacier Bears ball coming the other way. Haddock inbounds up top. Over to Boren. Now back to Haddock at the free throw line. Back to Boren on the left wing. Gets by her man. Drives in, and a foul going to be whistled underneath on Holly Davis. That'll be her second. Holly might have been better off just to post up. take the charge. As first shot is up, no good by Haley Boren. Boron will get one more. The Glacier Bears now 2 of 4 from the free throw line here. Second shot on the way. That one no good. Rebound tipped by Kennedy Kahn over to Megan Parker. And now they're going to get it up top to McKay. McKay way out near half court, goes right side over to Simbahoff, cuts through the middle. Nothing there. Simbahoff now goes left side over to Parker. Parker pulls it back up, looking for a little bit of a screen, gets one. Might have got away with the double dribble, now gets by her man and up and in. Megan with her first 2 points of the game. Just got her hip past her defender and just drove right to the lane. Nobody cut her off. Now coming the other way. Shot on the way by Davis. Count it. Ariana Davis with 5. Heppy now with it on the right side. Kicks it back up top to McKay. They swing it left side over to Simbahoff. 6:34 to go here. And a foul going to be whistled down low. I think that's going to go against Ariana Davis. We'll see. As Kennedy Kahn was on the cut, that is the call. So Ariana will be whistled for her first. Only the second team foul. As Larson going to come back in, as is Adriana Stowe for Petersburg. Kennedy Kahn and Simbahoff to the bench. They get it inbounds. Petersburg's going to lose the ball. They fed it into Taylor Heppy, but she was double teamed early on. A jump ball called. And the possession arrow going to the Haines Glacier Bears as Dino Brock wants to talk things over. Just 2 points here in the quarter so far for the Lady Vikings. Not the same blistering pace that we saw when they came out. They'd put up 7 points, I think, in the first minute and a half of the first quarter. So Coach Brock not liking what he sees, wants to talk things over for just a second. Now the Glacier Bears, Coach Brittenham giving instructions to the Lady Bears as well. So Haddock will trigger in the backcourt, gets it into Boron, and Boron now will bring it up. Goes right side over to Williamson. Williamson now kicks it in. Davis wanted the shot, didn't take it. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Triple team down on the block as they kick it back out. Davis, bad pass underneath, and it's going to be down on the ground. It'll be Petersburg ball. Yeah, they got the possession arrow going the wrong way. They didn't fix it after the last. Yeah, should be. Now they got it. They didn't fix the possession arrow after the last one. So now they got it fixed. Petersburg ball. Parker up top. Kicks it left side over to Larson. Larson gets by her man. Left shot up and in. Wow. Inez Larson so good and quick. Just able to blow right by her man. Now coming the other way, it's Williamson down in the corner. Stepped on the baseline. 9th turnover of the game now for the Glacier Bears. 5:45 to go here in the second, 27-13. As Megan Parker now going to bring it up for the Lady Vikings. Goes left side over to McKay. McKay now into Larson. Larson stopped, pops from 12. Wow, give her the ball. Feed me, feed me. She's killing it. 16 points already for Inez Larson. We're not even halfway through the second quarter. Ariana Davis down on the baseline. Tries to throw it up top. And over and back is going to be called as Avery Williamson can't hang on to it. It'll be Petersburg ball at half court with 5:10 to go here in the second. McKay now gets it into Parker. Parker now goes to Stowe at the high post, left side. Back now over to Heppy. Heppy looking in there to McKay on the cut. Can't get it to her. Gets it over to Parker. Parker now to Larson. Larson from 14. Another one. Boy, Inez Larson just cannot miss here. Haley Boron. Boron kicks it over to Haddock. Now back to Boron on a little give and go, and Boron going to be fouled. She goes into the paint. 2 shots. Number 13, Megan Parker, going to be whistled for her first. 6th team foul. And Boron, who's 0 for 2 on the afternoon from the line, will go back for another pair. First shot is up, no good. One more as subs come in now for Haines. Sadie Anderson coming in as Becca Wheeler goes to the bench, and it looks like Megan Whittemore going to check in. No, they're going to send Rain Wing back in. Second shot by Boron is in. 31-14, 17-point lead for the Lady Vikings. They get it in now to Parker. Parker brings it up, looks left side. Over to McKay. McKay, one dribble, now hits Larson on the cut, steps in the paint, shot up, misses. Gets her own rebound, steps through the defenders, back up and in for 2. Just so good here today. Now a long shot the other way, goes up by Ariana Davis. The rebound comes down into the hands of Heppy as she'll clear it out now to Larson. Larson, left side over to Megan Parker. Double team down on the block. Kicks it out now to Stowe. Stowe up top to Larson. Larson thought about the 3. Now dumps it over to Heppy. Heppy comes around on a curl and just throws it away. Bad pass. Going to give it back to the Glacier Bears. Now Haddock with it on the right side. 3:40 to go here in the second. 33-14 Petersburg. And a foul going to be whistled against the Glacier Bears, a moving screen. 33, Sadie Anderson. Going to be whistled for the moving screen. Petersburg will get the ball back with 3:37 to go here in the second. Simbahov now top of the key. Goes left side over to Larson. Larson blows by her man, thought about the shot, dumps it out to Simbahov. And a moving screen going to be whistled against Larson. That's Inez's first shot. Their first foul, 7th foul. Larson trying to put a big screen on the Glacier Bears. Davis now kicks it down. Haddock kicks it on the block. Turns, shoots. Anderson puts up the shot. Sadie Anderson up and in for 2. Nice feed from Haddock down low. Simbahov. Now into Larson. Larson loses the handle. Somehow comes out of there with it. It's tipped. McKay comes up with it, puts up an 8-footer. That one no good. Offensive rebound by Petersburg. Gets another offensive rebound on the miss. Now out Larson, top of the key for 3. That one long. No good. Glacier Bears finally come out of the pile with the rebound. As Anderson now goes coast to coast, stops, pops from 4, no good. Rebound comes down to Kahn. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Dino Brock. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a quick break with 2:29 to go here in the second. 33-16 our score here. You're listening to Region 5 2A tournament action, ladies side. So Parker will trigger in now to Simbaha. She goes left over to Larson. Larson now up top to Parker. And they swing it left side over to Kahn. Kahn outside the arc. Tries to dump it in, and a bad pass by Petersburg is going to give it over to the Glacier Bears as Anderson now goes coast to coast. And a foul going to be whistled against Taylor Heppy. That'll be her second. And Sadie Anderson will go to the line for a pair. 2:04 to go here in the second, and Petersburg has led this one since the first three-pointer from Nina McKay. Anderson's first shot is up and in. Adriana Stowe checks back in for the Lady Vikings as Heppy goes to the bench. Anderson's second shot is on the way. Count it. Nothing but net. Anderson now with the last four for the Glacier Bears. 2-minute mark here in the first half as now they get it down. Stowe's going to pop from 12. That one long, no good. Anderson comes down with the rebound for the Glacier Bears as she'll push now right side. Up over to Ariana Davis. Davis, bounce pass into Anderson. Anderson hands off now over to Williamson. Williamson out to Haddock. Back to Williamson. Williamson now goes left side over to Davis. 1:30 to go here in the first half. Becca Wheeler now out on the right side. Dumps it down low. Somehow Anderson comes up with it on the broken play. Missed shot. Glacier Bears come up with an offensive board. Now a shot down underneath is a miss, and another one, no good. Hands everywhere. Finally a jump ball called as Anderson and Kennedy Kahn tie it up. But Haines racking up three quick offensive boards, just can't make anything happen. They get it in now to Davis. Davis into Williamson. Williamson turns, partially blocked, out of bounds. It'll be Haines' ball on the missed shot. Wheeler now to trigger. Gets it into Anderson. Anderson drives in. Kicks it out to Boren. Now up top, long ball on the way from Ariana Davis. No good, tipped, and a foul going to be whistled against Sadie Anderson. That's going to be her second. And we got to give the rebound to Petersburg as they were in position before they got pushed. So Kennedy Kahn now will trigger it into Megan Parker as Megan will bring it up as we're under a minute left to go here in the first half. Now Larson out on the left side, dumps it up to Simbahoff. Simbahoff now to Stowe. Stowe, and a huge push underneath as Kennedy Kahn on the cut just got hammered from behind by Sadie Anderson. That'll be Sadie's third. So it'll be Petersburg ball underneath with 37.1 to go. Kennedy not going to forget that one. As they get it into Larson. Larson stops, pops, in and out, no good. She's gone a little cold here as the rebound comes off to Becca Wheeler. Wheeler, top of the key, nobody on her. Could have taken a shot, didn't. Now dumps it over to Wing. Wing now to Boren. Boren has it stolen away by Larson. Larson now off to the races, right side. Lets her man go right by her, up and in for two. Inez Larson now with 22 points for the Lady Vikings. Wing drives down, and an offensive foul going to be whistled against Rain Wing. That'll be her first. And Petersburg will get it back with 6.8 seconds to go. They're going to move Larson down the floor. Give them as much time as they can as Larson lets it roll out, picks it up, stops, pops from three, count it. Inez Larson can't miss. 38-18 our score at the half as Petersburg running away with this one. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll come back with a halftime wrap-up. You're listening to the Lady Vikings at the Region 5 2A tournament here from Mount Edgecumbe High School. Welcome back to Mount Edgecumbe High School in the Region 5 2A ladies bracket as your Petersburg Lady Vikings rolling over the Haines Glacier Bears 38-18 here in the first half, and it is all at the hands of Inez Larson. Larson with 25 points in the first half, 12 in the first quarter, and 13 in the second. As she went cold there for a little while and then just started heating up and then hit a big three again at the end of the quarter to put the icing on the cake. But Larson having a fantastic first half, and I believe that Larson is a freshman. I was going to just look. Yeah, freshman, and a 5'10 freshman. But boy, can she shoot. She's got good ball handling skills, and she's having a really great game here so far. The other scorers for Petersburg include Nina McKay, who dropped down 2 threes in the first quarter. She's got 6. 2 points apiece for Megan Parker, Taylor Heppy, and Holly Davis. And Adriana Stowe going 1 for 2 from the free throw line to round out the scoring for the Lady Vikings. Unofficial stats in the first half, the Petersburg Lady Vikings with 5 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, and 6 turnovers. For the Haines Lady Glacier Bears, 5 points for Ariana Davis, leading the way off the bench. Davis knocked down a 3 and then had one inside field goal as well for her 5. Marissa Haddock with 4. She's 2 for, Marissa Haddock and Sadie Anderson both with 4. And each of those ladies 1 field goal and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 3 points for Haley Boron. Haley with 1 for 4 from the free throw line and 1 field goal. And then 2 points for Avery Williamson as she is 0 for 1 from the free throw line. So I'm just going to add my stuff up here. 9 attempts. It looks like Haines 5 of 9 in the first half from the free throw line. Petersburg 1 of 2. Haines with 4 offensive rebounds, so about matching up pretty nicely with Petersburg. Slight deficiency on the defensive side as Haines only has 5 compared to 8 for the Lady Vikings. But turnovers, a big differential there as the Haines Lady Glacier Bears turned the ball over 13 times in the first half compared to only 6 turnovers for the Lady Vikings. Want to just give you an update on where things stand for the rest of the day if you're following tournament action. Next game up will be Craig. I got to look at my schedule here. The Craig Panthers taking on the Haines Glacier Bears on the boys' side. Following that, it'll be the K-High Lady Kings taking on the Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears on the ladies' side. And then and then the game following that one will be the K-High Kings and the Thunder Mountain Falcons in K-High boys' opener. They're the number 1 seed on the boys' side 4A. And so they were off last night. Thunder Mountain with a nice upset win over the Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears, 52-51, the final there. So the boys' game should be pretty intense tonight. And then later on in the evening, it's on the girls' side, Metlakatla Mischiefs taking on the Craig Lady Panthers at 6:30. And then your nightcap game tonight, Clark will be back to cover the Petersburg boys and the Wrangell boys. That game scheduled for tip-off at 8:15. So keep your dial right here to KFSK for all your Petersburg Vikings action coming to you from the Region 5 tournament up here in Sitka. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute break, and then it'll be third and fourth quarter action. Stay tuned. More basketball coming your way. Thank you, and welcome back. Russell Thomas with you this afternoon. Glad to be with you and to be bringing you the Lady Vikings from the Region 5 2A tournament up here in Sitka. Lots of great basketball on tap. (38-18), and it will be Petersburg ball as we start the second half. As Megan Parker now takes the inbounds pass to start things off. Goes to Larson, right side. Larson dumps it down on the block to Kahn. Kahn turns, shoots, and Larson going to be over the back on the rebound. That'll be her second. First team foul of the second half. As now they inbound it to Boren, and I think Larson took a swing in there when she went in there for that rebound, tried to kind of pop the ball out, and might have caught Becca Wheeler right in the nose. As Wheeler bleeding over there, they're going to try and get that figured out. I think she just took a little shot. Inbounded now to Wing. Wing now goes left side, in and out of the hands of Boren, but she finally tracks it down. Goes back to the right side, dumps it down on the block to Haddock. Haddock nearly loses it, kicks it out. Davis now, long shot on the way. Rebound in and out of the hands of about three players before McKay finally reeled it in. McKay now top of the key, goes to Larson, right side. Larson kicks it over now to Parker. Parker, top of the key. Take a couple dribbles now to Larson. Larson isolated over on the side from Boron. Shot up, left side, no good. A little hard off the glass. And wow, Larson just keeps hustling. Changes the possession arrow as Rain Wing came down with the rebound, but Larson right there to tie her up. They get it in now to Boren. Boren goes right side to Haddock. Haddock gets a nice screen, little pick and roll as they try and feed it down low over to Davis. And the ball loose down on the ground and finally given to Petersburg. So we got to give both teams a turnover as you got to have possession to travel. So Petersburg came up with the steal, then rolled with it, gave it back. There's 6:45 to go here in the third. Long inbounds pass now over to Wing. Wing loses the ball, gives it right back to the Lady Vikings. There's McKay now going to drive right side. Loses the ball. Boren had it. Now Larson comes up with it. Kicks it right back over to McKay. McKay going to center it up. Swings it left side over to Parker. Man-to-man defense by the Lady Glacier Bears. Parker drives right side. Hands off to Larson. Larson again, 25 points in the first half, and now a foul going to be called down low on Marissa Haddock, a reaching foul. That'll be her second, team's first. So it'll be Petersburg ball underneath as McKay going to trigger for the Lady Vikings. Gets it underneath, shot up by Heppy, and Heppy going to go to the line for two as she's pushed from behind by Ariana Davis. That'll be Davis's second, team's second foul of the half. And Heppy will go to the line for a pair, her first free throws of the game. Couple dribbles, long shot on the way, no good. As Rain Wing has to go track that one down a long rebound off the side of the iron. 20-point lead for the Lady Vikings. That one no good as well, and Davis comes up with the rebound. And Davis going to be fouled. That'll be Larson's third. Silly foul, 60 feet from the hoop. So Inez now with three. Ariana Davis inbounds now to Boren. Boron now gets it over left side over to Williamson and stolen away as Larson comes up with it. Larson now up to McKay. McKay shot up, no good, blocked. As McKay goes down hard And a double dribble on the other side as Boron gets away with it. Now shot up the other way, blocked by Larson. Larson saves it as it's going out of bounds. Nice hustle. Parker now, the top of the key over to Larson. Larson at the elbow, pulls it back out. They're going to leave her wide open, stops, pops for three, no good. And rebound's going to be out of bounds off the hands of Haddock. And it'll be Petersburg ball. Larson and McKay to the bench for Petersburg, and Stowe and Simbahoff check in. Inbounded now to Simbahoff. Down in the corner, right side. Drives around, kicks it out. Stowe now down to Parker on the baseline. Up top, wide open is Heppy. Deep ball on the way, three. As Taylor knocks down her first three of the game. Haddock now, little 6-foot runner, hangs on the rim. Oh no, excuse me, that was Rain Wing. Drops it in for two. Now left side over to Stowe. Stowe wants Kahn down on the block, can't get it to her. Now dumps it up top to Heppy. Now to Parker on the right side. Parker drives in the paint, has it knocked loose, ball stolen away. And a late whistle coming in. 23 is going to be Rain Wing, her second. So Parker now to trigger, gets it in. Simbahoff wide open for three. Nailed it. Boy, Petersburg just raining it down from outside today, 44-20. As now the Glacier Bears can't hang on. Pass intended for Wing, sails out of bounds, and it'll be back to the Lady Vikings. A full timeout being taken by the Haines Glacier Bears, so we'll take 60 seconds. 4:26 to go here in the third, 44-20 Petersburg. .426 on the clock here in the third, 44-20 our score is the Lady Vikings on top. It's Vikings ball coming out of the timeout. Simbahoff with it now up top. Goes right side over to Heppy. Heppy looking for Stroh as Stroh just bowls over Rain Wing. Now Simbahoff in the paint, count it. Tough take, and Haley Boron going to be whistled for a foul as she gave Simbahoff. Oh, no. Ariana Davis. I didn't see that. Looked like Boron bumped her. But Kaili Simbahoff going to pick up the field goal, and then she'll go to the line for one. 46-20. Shot on the way, count it. Simbahoff now is 6 in the quarter. Wing now turns it over as Stowe gets her hand in there, takes it away. Stowe gets it now out to Parker. Parker going to push left side. Now over to Simbahoff. Simbahoff just hooked by Haley Boron, and that'll be Haley's first foul, 5th team foul. It'll be Petersburg ball out on the side as Becca Wheeler going to come back in after the bloody nose. They get it in now to Simbahoff, top of the key. Looking for a little bit of help. Tried to feed it into Holly Davis, and it's tipped back out. Simbahoff now going to drive by, drive into the paint, shut over to Stowe, and up and in for two. Great little dime by Simbahoff as she drew all the defenders in. Triple team down low, and a nice bounce pass underneath over to Stowe. And a hold going to be called, I think, against Nina McKay. No, 15, Kennedy Kahn. Her first. So it'll be Glacier Bear ball underneath with 3:26 to go here in the third. Haddock gets it in now to Anderson. Anderson over to Williamson. Williamson out on the wing. Kicks it up top now over to Wheeler. Wheeler long cross-court pass over to Boron. And Boron fouled over on the side. And it will be Glacier Bears ball out on the, down on the baseline. 44, Holly Davis going to be whistled for her third. Haddock now looking to trigger in. Finally finds Williamson up top. Williamson drives around, puts up a little 6-footer, no good. Rebound down by Haddock. Her shot up, no good. As they come up with another offensive board, dump it out. Williamson drives into the paint again. And another shot put up, but Kennedy Kahn going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be her second. And Boron will go to the line, or excuse me, this is Avery Williamson will go to the line for two. First shot is up and in. Subs coming in for Petersburg, Larson and McKay back in the game as Stowe and Kahn back to the bench. The next shot on the way is good. So Williamson goes 2 for 2. Oh, no basket. Lane violation. So they wave it off. So Williamson now 1 for 3. Larson, top of the key, 2:50 to go, goes left side. Over to Parker. Parker drives in, kicks it out to McKay. McKay looking for Larson, down on the block, can't find her. Hands off, Larson comes around on a screen, dumps it out, up to Parker at the elbow. Now they kick it out to McKay. 2:30 to go here in the third, 49-21. McKay gets by her man, travels underneath, little stutter step there. Made a nice move to the hoop, but then just couldn't put the brakes on. Drug that pivot foot. In now to Williamson. Williamson kicks it out now over to Wheeler. Wheeler in some trouble in the backcourt. Larson there to try and take it away. And now bad pass is taken, and Petersburg takes it, and a push is going to go against Haley Boron. That'll be her second, and that should be a 1-and-1 now. No, only 6-team foul. So it'll be Vikings ball out on the side with 2:17 to go as they get it in now to Davis, or excuse me, to Larson. Larson goes right side over to Parker. Parker to Simbahoff. Simbahoff loses the ball. Able to save it somehow. Now into Larson. Larson pulls it back out. Double teamed up top, and then they break the double team. Now Larson gets by her defender, loses the handle, tips it over to Holly Davis, and Davis's shot, a little chippy right off the side. She can't get it to fall. Boron now, top of the key, goes right side over to Haddock. Haddock gets a nice screen, and now a roll by Anderson. Anderson can't handle it, gives it right back to Haddock. 1:35 to go here in the third. Anderson down in the paint, shot up, count it. Sadie Anderson now with her 6th point of the game. 49-23 as Larson will bring it up. Larson 25 points in the first half, cold here in the third. Not taking a bunch of shots either. Parker pulls it out. Petersburg going to slow it down for a second. Bad pass, has it stolen away. As Haddock now gets it over to Boron. Boron now goes left. Dumps it down on the block to Anderson. Anderson turns, shoots from 4 feet out. Count it. As McKay now will kick it over to Larson with 40 seconds to go here in the third. Larson over to Parker. Parker now to Simbahoff. Simbahoff blows by her man. Easy left-handed shot up and in. Is Kaili now with 8 in the quarter. Just turned on the jet. Stolen away now by Petersburg, coming the other way. Shot up, hangs on the rim, and count it for Nina McKay. As Haddock crosses over on the defender, shot up off the glass, tipped around. Anderson with the offensive board, shot up, no good. Boron with the rebound. Kicks it out to Williamson. Williamson back to Boron. Boron stops, pops from 3, count it. Haley Boron drains one from deep. And that will do it for the third quarter. 53-28 our score. Petersburg on top. We're back in 60 seconds. Welcome back. 53-28 as Petersburg hanging on to a 25-point lead here going into the fourth quarter. The officials talking things over there at the scorers table. I don't know what they're doing. They've got the coaches over there now trying to figure something out. Over there talking to Dino Brock specifically. They kind of let Coach Brittenham know what was up. I'm not sure what they got going, but they're going to play while they try and sort it out. Oh, I think it's a numbering thing. Number 43 is out on the floor now for Petersburg. Ruby something, and I didn't have her in the book. I just caught her name when, is that what it is? I think that's what's going on. They got her listed in the book as another number other than what, so they tried putting her out on the floor, and she's not going to be listed on the roster with that number on it, so she might not be able to play. Coach Brock over there trying to get it sorted out. I don't know, when you're down by 25, if you're the other coach, you just say, hey, well, I don't care. you would think. Oh, they teed them. So Haddock will go to the line for 2 free throws on the technical. First shot on the way, count it. Haddock now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 4 for 4. From the lone senior on the Glacier Bears. So 23-point lead now. It'll be Haines' ball. on the technical as they get it in now to Natalie Jobbins, who's checked in for Haines, as Coach Brittenham getting some of his bench players in. Into Williamson. Williamson from 6. Count it. So Coach Dino Brock going to call a quick timeout, 30 seconds. So we'll take one quick break with 7:46 to go here. 53-32 our score, Petersburg on top. $7:45 to go here in the game as Petersburg with the ball. Larson with it, out on the left side. Drives in, left side, up and in for 2 as Inez Larson now at 27. Jobbins with it for Petersburg. Deep 3 on the way by Williamson, no good, and that one sails out of bounds. Haddock trying to track it down, couldn't do it. So it'll be Petersburg ball. Larson gets it in now to Parker. Parker going to bring it across. Goes right side over to Pettibone. Back up top to Larson. Larson now dumps it left side over to Annie Christensen. Pettibone now back to Larson. Couple veterans in there and some bench players. Larson now up top to Christensen. Christensen, couple dribbles, now over to Parker. Petersburg just passing it around the perimeter. Oh, Larson had the cut. Couldn't get it to her. Shot up, no good. But a foul going to be whistled against Becca Wheeler. That'll be her first. Team 7th. And that will send Megan Parker to the line for 2. Boy, Larson had a beautiful cut through the middle, and Parker just couldn't get it to her. She would have been wide open all the way to the hoop. Shot on the way by Parker, no good. She'll get one more. Gonna eye it up. Second shot on the way. That one's short, no good. Rebound by Larson. She'll pull it back out. Parker gonna bomb away from 15. That one in and out, no good. And tipped out of bounds. Nice hustle by Ruby Massey to try and track that one down. And then it's tipped out of bounds by the Glacier Bears, so it'll be Petersburg ball. Inbounded now to Larson, and Larson stepped on the end line, so it'll be turned over. Jobbins takes the inbounds pass. Now drives to the right side. Kicks it over to Haddock. Haddock looking for a screen from Anderson. Little pick and roll. Anderson takes it and now has it stolen away by Larson. Larson now going to push. Over to Pettibone. Now back to Parker. Parker over to Christensen. Christensen down to Larson. On the baseline, Larson drives by her man. Shot up. Count it. Boy, she's just going to be such a contributor for Coach Brock as a freshman, just taking control of the game. And a foul whistle the other way as number 24, Annie Christensen, going to pick up her first. That's the 17th foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1. We got a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Brittenham. We're going to keep it right here. Want to remind you, lots more basketball action coming your way. We've talked about it earlier in the broadcast, but Petersburg Vikings scheduled to tip off tonight at 8:15 against the Wrangell Wolves. Clark will be back tonight to bring you that game. And stay tuned. Lots more great basketball coming your way this evening. .551 to go here in the game, 57-32. Petersburg with the lead since the first three-pointer of the game from Nina McKay. 23-11 at the end of the first quarter. Natalie Jobbins now at the line for the front end of the 1-on-1 for the Glacier Bears. First shot is up and good. She'll get one more. Couple dribbles. Second shot on the way. Takes a high bounce and comes off. It'll be off Petersburg. Becca Wheeler couldn't hang on, and it sails out of bounds. It'll be Petersburg ball with 5:50 to go. Parker now going to bring it up for Petersburg. Goes left side over to Simbahoff. Now back up top over to Pettibone. Left side over to Christensen. Now down in the corner. Simbahoff drives in, dumps it out. Now over to Masson. As Masson nearly loses it, but able to get it back up top to Parker. And a foul going to be whistled against 43. That's going to go against Ruby Masson. Her first. 8th team foul, so we'll shoot the 1-on-1. Oh, player control foul, so they're going to give it to Haines on the side. Haddock inbounds now to Jobbins. Jobbins now over to Anderson. Anderson drives in. Shot up, no good. Batted around and tipped out of bounds. It'll be Haines' ball underneath, tipped out of bounds off of Petersburg. Haddock to Trigger underneath. Gets it in. Now to Wheeler, and they try and give it back. The ball loose, and hustled for it as Ruby Masson tracks that one down. Now kicks it over to Simbahoff. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Batted around, Simbahoff gets her own rebound on the tip. Drives in, shot up, no good. But a foul will be whistled against Avery Williamson. It's a 1-on-1. Foul on the ground. So Kylie Simbahoff will go to the line. She's 1-on-1 from the free throw line tonight, or this afternoon. As Melanie Thomas checks in now for Haines. Kylie's second shot is up, or first one, excuse me, is up and in. She's now 2 for 2 from the line. Kylie with a very, very solid second half. She's got 9 in the game, all coming in the second half. Make it 10 as she rattles that one home. 59-33. Jobbins for the Glacier Bears. Kicks it now over to Haddock. Haddock looking for a screen, doesn't use it, goes right side. Now comes back the other way, drives into the paint. Dumps it over in the corner over to Williamson. Williamson goes baseline, cut off. Somehow able to get through, dumps it out. Shot on the way, count it by Jobbins. Simbahoff now will bring it up for Petersburg. Looks underneath, wide open, shot up and in by Annie Christensen. Great feed by Simbahoff. Jobbins with it now on the right side, looking into Anderson. Anderson turns, fires from 6, count it. Sadie Anderson having a great game. Now she's got 10. 61-37, Petersburg on top. Simbahoff, top of the key, goes left side over to Christensen. Now down in the corner to Masson. They boot it out to Pettibone. Out around the perimeter. Now over to Stowe, who's checked back in for Petersburg. Stowe tries to feed it underneath to Simbahoff. Bad pass, will turn it over. 61 to 37, 3:30 to go here in the game. Jobbins brings it up. Goes over to Haddock. Haddock now down into Anderson. Anderson stops, pops. Boy, Sadie Anderson coming off the bench today, having a great game now with 12. Simbahoff, top of the key, now looks right side, had Christensen, gets it to her, now up top over to Masson. Masson pulls it out, dumps it over to Stowe. Stowe now back up top to Pettibone. Pettibone drives in, stops, pops from 15. That one hard off the back of the rim, no good. Glacier Bears come out of there with the rebound. And now a bad pass up the court as Simbahoff gets the steal, and then she's run over. She's going to go back to the line as number 4, Avery Williamson, going to pick up her second. And we've got a full timeout taken by Haines, so we're going to take a break with 2:46 to go. Petersburg on top, 61-39. Kaili Simbahoff at the line for 2. As we come out of the timeout, 61-39 our score. Petersburg up by 22 here with 2:46 to go in the game. Kaili eyes it up. She is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. First one is up and in. She'll get one more. I don't know what grade she's in either. Need to check. She's having a great game. Another freshman. And nobody's going to want to play Petersburg in a year or two. 63-39. Simbahoff 5 for 5 from the free throw line, and a foul whistle on the other side. A little push. It'll be 1-1. 31 White. That's going to be Adriana Stowe. Her first foul. 19 fouls, so it'll be a 1-1 for Sadie Anderson. Anderson 2 for 2 from the free throw line. That one hard off the back and then takes a high bounce and falls through. Lucky break for Haines. So Haines will fall to play the loser of the Metlakatla-Craig game tonight. Second shot up, takes a couple bounces as Simbahoff finally comes out of there with the rebound. Feeds it on the cut, nice feed up to Annie Christensen, and Christensen just can't hang on. Loses the handle and goes out of bounds. So Petersburg will face Wrangell tomorrow at 11:30 in the morning. And then, like I said, the Haines Lady Glacier Bears will face the loser of the Metlakatla Mischiefs Craig Panthers game later today. A travel goes against Haines to turn it back over to Petersburg with 2:23 to go. So Stowe now will get it into Simbahoff. And she drives up, crosses over left side, pulls it back out. Now over to Masson. Masson, deep ball on the way, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Stowe. Just stole it away. The Bears had it, and then Stowe just ripped it right out of her hands. Stowe looking for a cut underneath. Can't get it to her. Simbahoff now gets by her man, drives in, loses the handle, and gives it away. Might have been a gimme to Haines there. But 63-40 with 1:55 to go as number 31, Kaylee Fisher, checks in for the Glacier Bears. Kick it into Jobbins, and Jobbins will bring it across half court with 1:50 to go. Jobbins now looking into Anderson. Anderson turns, fires, travels. She knew it. 12th turnover of the half for the Glacier Bears. But Anderson having a really solid game for Haines as well. Off the bench with 13 points. Simbahoff now left side. Over to Christensen. Christensen back up to Stowe, and they turn it over. Coming the other way. Jobbins can't hang on, loses it, and it's going to be Glacier Bear ball on the tip by Petersburg. As Kaylee Fisher now will trigger underneath. Gets it in. Jobbins for three. Count it. Natalie Jobbins with 6 points after draining the three. 20-point lead for Petersburg. Simbahoff goes right side, gets by her man, shot up and in on the floor. Simbahoff not going to get the basket, but she'll go to the line for 2 more. The foul going to be whistled against Aubrey Cook. 10th team foul now, so it'd be double bonus here. Shot on the way, count it. Boy, she's 6 for 6 from the free throw line, make it 7 for 7. She drains another. Jobbins with it now for the Glacier Bears. Hands off over to Melanie Thomas. Thomas has it taken away, and then a travel. No, foul called. Number 14, Melanie Thomas, going to be whistled for her foul, first foul. So that's going to send Ruby Masson now to the line for a pair, as she was the one that was fouled with 1:04 to go. Masson's shot is up, no good. She'll get one more. Get a second shot. That one on the way, no good. Masson gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Simbahoff, gets by her man, drives into the lane, and she'll be fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 more. 31, Kaylee Fisher going to pick up her first. Kylie Simbahoff. That one on the way. Boy, she is just money from the free throw line. Eight for 8 now. 9 for 9. Jobbins now going to bring it up. Dumps it in now to Anderson. Anderson turns, fires off the window. As Sadie Anderson, another bucket inside. She just so got a height advantage in there and size advantage. She's just been able to take advantage of it in the paint. Simbahoff now to Christensen down in the corner. Over to Pettibone. Pettibone drives in, turns, shoot, shot up, no good. Jobbins with the rebound. And she'll push the other way with 25 seconds to go. Jobbins now left side. Drives in, cut off on the baseline, hands off down low. Crazy shot or pass, hard to tell. Petersburg comes out of there with a rebound. And then turns it over on a travel. So it'll be Haines ball underneath with 11.6 to go. Kaylee Fisher will inbound for the Glacier Bears. Kicks it in now to Thomas. Thomas tries to get it down. Fisher down low. In some trouble. Gets it out. Thomas shot up. No good. And that will do it. 0.1 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to inbound it to finish the game. grab it. Just grab the ball. They're rolling it in, and that's the game. 67-45, our final.